In this video I will tell you where the best shells are in the shells game on Roblox, how much they are worth per kilogram, and where the best place to farm money is. Subscribe, like and hype if you want to get this and more Roblox guides and enter giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. I'll tell you the best high-value shells to farm in shells because once you stop wasting time on low-value loot, progression becomes way faster, and making shellings honestly gets kinda crazy. We are only focusing on the valuable shells worth at least $100 per kilogram because those are the ones actually worth farming seriously later in the game. Starting with some of the best epic shells, one really solid option is the Mayasled Cowra worth around $112 per kilogram. You can find this shell around Crescent Shore, and it already gives pretty solid profit during mid to late game farming. Another really good one is the Conus Glaucus worth about $109 per kilogram, also found near Crescent Shore. If you want something even better, the Tusk Shell is one of the strongest epic farming targets early on because it sells for around $120 per kilogram, and can be found in Crescent Shore and Sea Stack Islands. Once you start reaching legendary tier shells, the profits increase massively. Paua Abalone is one of the best legendary shells in the game and sells for around $235 per kilogram. You can find it in Crescent Shore, and honestly it is also one of the coolest looking shells visually because of the glowing blue and green colors. White Abalone is even more valuable at around $260 per kilogram, and can be found inside Nautilus Hollow. This shell is super rare naturally, which is why so many players grind Nautilus Hollow non-stop trying to get good mutations on it. Worm Snail is another strong legendary shell worth about $218 per kilogram and appears in Sea Stack Islands and Caldera Cay. Then you have Turbo Trocus, which is honestly insane because it sells for around $415 per kilogram. You can find this one in Solmir, and even though the shell itself looks kinda compact, the value is absolutely massive. Once you move into mythic shells, things become even crazier. Murex Pecten is one of the rarest looking shells in the game and sells for around $465 per kilogram. You can farm it in Caldera Cay, which is already one of the best late game farming zones overall. But one of the biggest money makers right now is definitely Vortex World found in Solmir. Subscribe to this channel if you want to join the giveaway. Check the links in the video description and write what you would like to get from this game. This shell is worth around $750 per kilogram, which is honestly ridiculous when combined with strong mutations or luck boosts. Then we get into exotic shells, basically the top tier money farming items in the entire game. Sun Shard is insanely valuable and sells for around $999 per kilogram. You can find it in Caldera Cay, and because of the volcanic theme around the area, this shell feels super unique compared to normal drops. But currently one of the absolute best shells in the entire game is Imperialis Delphinus found in Solmir. This shell sells for around $1,250 per kilogram, making it one of the most expensive natural shells available right now. If you manage to combine one of these shells with mutations like Divine, Pearlescent, Dream Shell, or even the ultra-rare question mark mutation, the value becomes absolutely insane. Honestly, once you start farming places like Solmir, Nautilus Hollow, and Caldera Cay properly, the game changes completely. Starter islands become almost useless compared to the profit you can make later on. So if your goal is making shellings fast, focus your farming routes around these high-value shell locations and prioritize rare mutations whenever possible.